whole lot of loving is what we'll be bringing. We'll make you happy.
Hello, I'm Olivia LaField, and I am so excited to welcome you once again to Schools with Heart. As I was considering the focus of today's video, I happened upon an unforgettable letter from a former student, a precious young man whose long ago letter inspired me to talk to you from my heart today about that troubled student that you may have in your class right now, or in the more likely case, those troubled students, plural, in your class. The letter is from Ethan, and it tells the story of a lost, lonely young man who found love and hope in the classroom of a teacher who refused to give up on him. Dear Miss LaField, last year was really bad at school. I was always mad about something. Nobody liked me, and the kids made fun of me, so I only had one friend, Julian. So I was really mean, even to girls. I got in 4 fights, but they never kicked me out for some reason. I had really long hair, and you couldn't see my eyes. The teachers got mad at me for that. They were always telling me, "Ethan, cut your hair." I felt like I disappointed everyone, especially myself. It was really hard to learn because I can't read and I couldn't pay attention in class. It made me feel really stupid and I got really bad grades. So the teachers gave up on me, except for my math teacher. He made me come to study hall every day. But this year is different. On the first day of school when I got in your class, I thought, she's going to help me. I was glad I cut my hair before school started. Even though you told me and Julian that we were immature, you told us you were going to help us stop acting stupid. You didn't say stupid, but it was the same thing. I decided to start trying hard. You kept yelling at me and saying, "Ethan, where's your reading log?" And then I started reading at night, and my task manager helped me listen in class, and you were always talking to me about that I had to care about my life. So guess what? It worked, Miss LaField. Now I'm confident, and I definitely feel smarter. Julian is still my friend, but now I have more friends. I only got in 1 fight so far this year, but I told him I was sorry, and now he's my friend. Nobody can believe I got the Skills of Independence Masters. I was so excited I showed the counselor my necklace, and he was proud of me. And then I got the cake at our Little Red Hen party. I feel like a new person. So now I want to help people like you do, Miss LaField. I want to be like that. I want to learn to inspire other kids like you inspired me to care about my life. You asked me to give teachers advice. It's that they should never give up on their students, even if they give up on themselves. And you ask, what is my favorite quote? It's, if a man does his best, what else is there? You always do your best, Miss LaField. You always love me. Your student, Ethan. Believe me, I know how frustrating, how completely annoying, how downright unlovable our Ethans can be. The truth is, I have 2 such students of my own this year. They are the challenges of the depth of my love. No doubt they will test my limits and push my buttons at every turn. So I'm writing this today, not just for you, but for myself as well. Our Ethans often erect impenetrable walls of protection, walls that can be only decimated with patient, persistent, persevering love. God's love. Our task is to see past their aberrant behavior and recognize the wounded child within. In his letter, Ethan describes his wounded child. In his own words, he said, quote, "I was always mad about something," unquote. As a result of that anger, he wrote that he was mean to everyone, even girls, and that he had been in 4 fights the previous year. Added to his emotional issues were his learning difficulties. Because he couldn't read or pay attention, his grades were low, and he felt stupid. Ethan came to me that year with an entrenched, fixed mindset and serious social and emotional baggage. That pretty much describes the majority of our Ethans, wouldn't you agree? So how did I deal with his problems? Listen up now. Did I pity him and lower the bar? Did I eventually lose my patience, lose hope for his recovery, and give up on him? The truth is that I don't remember all of my students from years gone by, but I vividly remember Ethan. Why? Because he required so much of my attention. He required my tough love. He heard the truth from me that he was immature. That was the word Ethan used. And I definitely went well beyond immature. But I didn't leave him to solve his own problems alone, by himself. I told him I was going to help him. And he believed me. He trusted that I cared, that I was not going to give up on him. In Ethan's words, quote, "You kept yelling at me and saying, 'Ethan, where's your reading log?' And you kept telling me that I had to care about my life." End quote. I can't recall when the breakthrough finally came, but Ethan went on to write, quote, "So guess what? It worked." Why did it work? That's easy. I never gave up. I pushed. I nagged. I persisted. It's called tough love. Tough love isn't feel-good love. In fact, sometimes it may feel like punishment or rejection. Nevertheless, it has the recipient's best interests at heart. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on the recipient. In Ethan's case, he trusted that I loved him. He trusted my wisdom. He trusted that I wanted to help him. For those reasons, he was open to accepting my tough love persistence, and it made all the difference. However, if Ethan had refused to see that my intentions were for his good, if he had chosen to keep his walls up, if he had refused to trust me, to let me in, I could never have helped him. And who knows, perhaps he would have continued through his whole life, sabotaging any hope of a happy life. Ultimately, it was up to him. We cannot make our Ethans wake up and accept our overtures of love. Ultimately, each of our students makes their own choice that lead to eventual long-term consequences, whether for good or for their detriment. Ethan's choice to start working hard was his turning point. In his own words, quote, "Now I'm confident, and I definitely feel smarter. I'm a master of the skills of independence, and I got the cake at the Little Red Hen party. I feel like a new person." End quote. Don't you just love that? He felt like a new person. Ethan's giant had woken up. He learned to respect himself. Was it any wonder that he felt like a new person? He no longer was mad all the time. He no longer was mean to everyone. He no longer got in fights. He no longer felt stupid. His transformation was a story of a better me, a better life. Ethan added in his closure that he wanted to learn to inspire other kids to care about the lives the way I had inspired him to care about his life. Perhaps he'll be a teacher someday and do just that. He'd be able to tell his students his own story. He'd be able to relate to his troubled students, and they'd be able to relate to him. And he definitely would never give up on them. But no matter what Ethan chooses as his path, he will have a better life because of his 7th grade teacher, whose tough love never failed. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.